Well, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we are taking a look at Dark Alliance as they have just dropped their latest patch. So I'm here to tell you all about it. Let's get straight into it. G'day all, my name is Mr. Nightlife and we cover all things Xbox Game Pass here on the channel. So anything from Dark Alliance to Omno to the Ascent to Flight Simulator, anything Game Pass related we cover. So if that is the kind of content that you guys like, consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, taking a look at Dark Alliance. It has personally been some time since I've dived into it personally, as there's just been so many games to check out, but I did really enjoy my time when I played, all bugs considering. So taking a look at the latest update, when it goes through it here for you all, so you know exactly what has changed. We have the lore items. Now it makes sense achievement. So this achievement now triggers correctly. If you had collected all collectibles before this game update, you will need to create a brand new character and pick up a collectible for the achievement to pop. The one at the base game works. So had you already picked up those collectibles before this game update, you're gonna have to create a new character if you would like to complete this achievement. They've also increased font sizes for text objectives, dialogue and journal entries. Moving on to some AI improvements. The following changes have been made to the enemy AI. When teleporting, enemies now use the player's position at the start of the teleport. They've also fixed an issue in which the Stargan Charger in the Order of the One Light Act 1 was unresponsive after being attacked. Enemies now notice the player more quickly after being dropped into multiplayer, so that is an interesting one there. What are your thoughts on that one? Enemies transition out of their taunt to attack the player character as soon as the player character is in range. Enemies are now more difficult to stun lock. So that's everything from the AI. That's everything for the AI improvements. Let's move on to the exploits that they've removed. The exploits that they have removed is to fix several issues in which Icewind's boss fight phases could be bypassed, so you can no longer bypass that. And crystals can no longer be infinitely upgraded after downgrading them once at the merchant in Kelvin's can. Moving on to the controls, they've made some adjustments. This seems to be mainly for PC. So they've restored a missing keybind for opening the player menu by using a keyboard in the options menu. They've also fixed an issue in which the mouse was not functional when attempting to navigate the party management screen and the journal in the character sheet. Moving on to multiplayer, there's quite a lot of fixes here. I'm not going to go through and read every single one. You definitely can pause the video here if you would like to read every single one. There seems to be a lot of fixes here in relation to rubber banding. They've fixed an issue in which players are sometimes joined a public session after accepting an invite. They've made some stability improvements, some matchmaking improvements. Quick play bonus now provides XP in the tally screen. Coldstone Guardian's armor set bonus in vulnerability now expires after Rene's whirlwind ability has finished in multiplayer. Not seeing anything really jumping out at me there, but feel free to pause the video if you'd like to go and have a full read of that one. But I guess the main point is hopefully that the multiplayer has seen some generic stability improvements. Moving on to the combat and gameplay. The biggest one that jumps out of me here on this one, again, you are welcome to pause the video on this one. The one that I personally found was bothering me the most was the fixed issue in which characters would get stuck to training dummies and some enemies while in melee combat. That was one that I personally suffered from. After fighting enemies, my camera would get stuck and it would be very difficult to move, and you would essentially have to, I don't know, find another enemy to lock onto to kind of fix it. Some of you might have experienced that one as well. And lastly, moving on to progression, the following changes after character progression and building. They have fixed several instances of player progression being reset, fixed an issue in which characters would not level up upon returning to base camp after having completed a challenge rating 6 mission, fixed an issue in which loot completion rewards would not be displayed in the tally screen after completing an act. They've removed the 10-second wait time before the tally screen after a player successfully completes an act, and fixed an issue with stat and combat power calculations in the UI. So there we have it, guys. That is the Dark Alliance patch update for you guys. How are you guys finding the patch update if you have jumped into it? If you have not jumped into Dark Alliance since the patch update, does this make you want to jump back into it? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Guys, this has been another video provided to you for Game Pass update news. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video if it has. And until next time, guys.